The Kang meta has arrived. Kang is in the game and his event is going on right now. The big question is, will free-to-play players be able to complete this event and unlock Kang during this event? We have some data mines, some brand new data mines about the full monthly meta milestone event coming up next month. And where the heck are the new alpha raid difficulties? We're talking about all of these things and more in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. This week, I am joined by the stickiest of all of them, my friend Purplestiky. And if you're ready for it, brother Purplestiky, tell them what they do.
Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello. What is up, Valley Maniacs? Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel and this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. This week, it is all about Kang. So we're talking about these Kang events. We have some Death Scourges back. We have a Pocket Dimension back. We have a new Alpha Raid, but where are the difficulties? And talking about a lot more. This week, I am joined by my brother Purplestiky. And guys, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. And if you are listening to the podcast version of this, hit that, give it a 5-star review on whatever you are listening to. Purplestiky, how are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great, Valley. Thank you so much for having me, man. It's an honor to be back. It's a privilege. Thank you so much. I'm doing great.
I'm glad. Now, I heard you are a full-time streamer now. Did you actually get fired and are a full-time streamer now and can concentrate in your gaming, or do you still have that job that you have to go to?
Yeah, unfortunately, no. I was just messing with chat. Did have to take an important work call midstream, but contrary to popular belief, I wasn't actively getting fired live on stream. So unfortunately, or fortunately, still have that day job. Don't have to rely on that.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing that you didn't get fired? I'm not sure.
It's a good thing. I love my job. I like what I do. Yeah, it's a good thing. Good news.
Well, I do need to address my face because in case you guys didn't watch the video yesterday, I was on a trip this past weekend in Colorado as we were descending into altitude, still in altitude, feeling very lightheaded, nauseous, fainted. That's on my face. I don't look fine, but I'm fine. Everything is healed. I did chip my tooth though, but everything else is fine. With that said though, are you ready to do this Hoard watch? Because there's a lot of hoarding that we need to do in Marvel Strike Force. We're gonna talk about all these individual things, but I did want to make everybody aware of everything that you need to hoard. So are you ready for all this, Purplestiky?
Yeah, absolutely. They've trained me to never open anything. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right. These specific things do not open, at least right now. Okay, so first thing, your arena payouts. So your arena payouts that give you the power cores, don't claim those. Don't claim those. Let those get to these hours before you start to claim those, because there's an event that has been data mined that looks like we are getting a power core earning event. So start saving those. You're also going to have to open some gold orbs again. So how much gold orbs do you have since the last time we had this gold orb opening event?
Oh man, they're running me dry. They really don't want us hoarding these things. So I am currently sitting at 27 after these last opening events.
All right, so it's sort of refilled, but yeah, start saving them because data mines indicate there's another gold orb opening event. Also, campaign energies. You're gonna have to spend it for the event that's going on right now for Kang, but it looks like there's another campaign energy. And still save all your raid credits. I'm saving all of mine. Are you saving all of yours? Because the last time we got these raid events, it was unannounced. It happened in the middle of the week.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess the thing with these unexpected events is sometimes Scopely's not making as much money as they want. So they're like, hey, everybody get some stuff, but if you want to spend even more and get all this stuff. So are you saving your raid credits right now in case one of these events just pops up randomly sometime next week?
100%. Listen, I know there's certain things we know about hoarding. As far as I'm concerned with Scopely, you got to hoard basically everything because you never know. They'll announce certain things and then they'll surprise you with other stuff. So yes, they have trained me perfectly well. I'm hoarding everything.
Okay, so keep hoarding, guys. If you could hoard even more stuff than we mentioned here, do it and till the last possible moment. But that is the stuff, at least that we see in the data mines, that is coming up very, very soon. Now, Purple, we do have a Kang event going on right now, but this is not a Kang unlock of. Let's get into this Kang event now. This is an event that started on February 17th. and you could get some good stuff in there. There's some great first-time rewards. Unfortunately, it's a little limiting as far as the amount of players that are able to go in and use all this stuff. So did you unlock Kang? Did you buy Kang? And were you able to do this Kang hunt for some pretty good rewards?
So I do not buy new characters. I really don't buy anything, but I don't buy new character packs, no. That being said, I do well in Arena, and I had a stockpile of cores, and this was a good opportunity to core a very meta good character. So I did unlock him. I got very lucky on my drops, thankfully. That being said, for this event, it's not quite enough. So even doing the quantum difficulty, I was only actually able to do the first node there. So
me too.
It's just not an event for me. Yeah,
I spent it, and I only wasn't able to do quantum difficulty. The thing I
how's that feel? How's that feel, by the way?
This is not an the way I look at this is not an event. His event is the one for all your blitzing and everything like that. I see this as something that is like a bonus. If you get Kang early, you can get some of these bonuses. And I'm looking at this kind of stuff too. This stuff, I don't have a lot of this. Augmented pathogens, some of this teal gear that I don't have a lot of. I'm always needing these catalysts here. I don't have a lot of those. This is one that I'm farming all the time. So I just look at this as a bonus. If you were able to get lucky and unlock him with your arena credits or you purchase him, this is the way I saw this. Is this hard stuff is just, you know, great extra stuff for unlocking him. This is kind of crazy. We got some really awesome first-time rewards here. I'm not sure how many people are going to be able to enter this. Now, the good thing about this, we've had this running since the 17th of February, but we still have 6 days left as of us recording this now. And that means that by what day? I mean, people should be able to unlock Kang during this event, correct?
Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah, as long as you don't mind blitzing your minds out, you should have a good shot at that.
Or expensive power cores get really lucky. So hopefully most players will be able to do this. And free-to-play players, hopefully free-to-play players will be able to do at least some days of this, get some of these extra rewards from the hard section, and get a lot of these awesome first-time rewards from the quantum section. But the thing is, with this, if we look at the blog post here to get these, the 3-star Kang, I think most people can get that by the end of the event and get these as first-time rewards. 4-star Kang by the end of this event is going to be a little difficult, especially for Node 2, unless you already have Kang unlocked. This 5-star Kang, though, is very, very expensive. Is this just a clever offer that they're disguising? If you buy a lot of Kang, you're getting this extra stuff like these rewards? Or do you think Scopely actually thinks this is an event that is fun for players?
No, I think this is just the way for them to say, you know, told you so, should have bought the character offers. You got to invest in these teams. You want the rewards. Now they're tied to events, and if you want the rewards, you got to buy them. I mean, I think that's what it is at the end of the day, right?
It is, but where do you think this change came from? Because it wasn't always like this. Years 1, 2, and 3, it weren't like this. We've seen these changes start to go in year 4, and now we're entering year 5. It's kind of like this. So why do you think they made this change? Were they not making enough money from their normal offers? Were they seeing the players decline, and they're like, all right, well, we got to start making everything more and squeezing every little bit out of our Krakens? What do you suspect is leading to this big change that we've seen in year 4?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a little bit of all of those things. I think probably the big factor is they did so well during COVID with everyone stuck at home, and you know, record high profits, revenues, all that stuff. Like a lot of game companies saw, you know what I mean? And it's a business, so shareholders want to know, you know, hey, why aren't you doing as well as last year? What happened? What's going on? And so they need to keep doing better year over year. That's how these things work. So my guess is they are looking for new opportunities to monetize and encourage spending and continue to milk the people that they know are going to spend anyway. And I think this is just another avenue for them to do that, kind of put the pressure on and tighten down the clamps. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's a sustainable business model? Because I haven't been a new player for a while, but I hear the new player experience is not very good nowadays in Marvel Strike Force. If they continue with this trend, they're going to continue to milk their whales, who eventually are going to be tired. If you're not bringing in new players, how long is this trend going to continue with Marvel Strike Force, in your opinion?
Hopefully not long, because to your point, I don't think it's a long-term sustainable thing, right? I mean, you need to have new players constantly, new players into the game. You need to have a nice onboarding experience for them. Get them up and competing with people that have been playing for a while faster than they currently are. So you need to have that be an easy experience for them and a fun one that they want to keep engaging with the game. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you don't want to be doing these things that make your big spenders, your longtime players feel like they're being taken advantage of. So I hope that Scopely stops looking at the short-term profits and really refocuses on what's going to make this game fun to play and therefore profitable in the long term.
You know, you mentioned fun. One thing that's synonymous with fun in my book when I'm talking about MSF is blitzing. Why, and with this blitzing event, we got a lot more blitzing going on. We got this Debonair death event that is ended as of you watching this, but as of us recording this, it's still going on. Now, the big thing here that I want to talk about is these limits here. Are these limits good or bad in your opinion? You know, we got this Debonair death event with these limit points. Some people want to be able to grind more. Some people like these limits and it's saying, all right, this is allowing us to get this monthly meta item easier. We're not going to get all the extra stuff. Like if we look at this, we got some Black Panther 1mm shards, some Nemesis shards, all this extra stuff we're not going to get, but pretty easy to get this other stuff. So in your opinion, with all that said, do you think these limits are good or bad?
So I fall into the camp of, I can understand both viewpoints. I fall into the camp of, I am a sweaty, free to play. I will blitz my mind out to do the best I can on events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that being said, I actually kind of appreciate the limit because I know how much I need to do. Because I get there and then I'm done and it doesn't matter after that, and I can feel good being like, all right, I've done the best I can. I understand why people wish that wasn't there and that they could keep blitzing and keep pushing. That's cool. I think that's a valid opinion to have as well. But as someone that is a sweaty blitz player when I have to be, it's actually for me kind of nice to be able to know I hit the limit. I can't go any further than this. I can relax now and stop blitzing.
Wow, I was not expecting you to say that. When you're talking about all the blitzing, your sweatiness and free to play, I thought you were going to say that you wanted these limits removed just to be able to grind. So I kind of like the limits as well because it seems like it removed all these extra side missions. Now, we are having one with Kang, but normally there's one tough mission per month, and this Kang mission, because he's a great character, is going to be the tough mission. So there's a lot of stuff we got to do. Some of these other missions that we've had previously, just to get the monthly meta item is not that difficult, but obviously with Kang, we want to be able to grind as much as possible. So do you think that with these limits, it removed all these side quests that we had from the web milestones and everything? Because most of these, since we have these limits, have not included them. Exception is the Kang one that's running today, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say probably my opinion on the limits thing is that this is some sort of response to the hoarding. That's
what I thought it was when I first saw it as well. Oh, this is how they're going to solve hoarding, and I don't know if they really utilized that like I would have expected.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will tell you, I hoarded for this. Like I think it was the PIM, PIM Blitz, whatever they call it, the whatever the name is. I also hoarded for the Red Star Orb, whatever they call it. The you go in and blitz for 24 hours or 2 days or whatever, and you get the points. But yeah, they have blitz credits as part of that. The Red Star and then the Premium Orb blitz. I hoarded like all three of those. So I started out on this like day one as soon as it launched, claiming those credits that I hoarded. Again, hoarding paying off.
You're so smart. I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that. We did that last time too, and I forgot about last time too.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Quick Rumble, by the way. I don't know why I couldn't think of Quick Rumble. I saved the PIM Tech Quick Rumble and the Red Star and Premium Blitz.
Okay, the Quick Rumble. I was like, the PIM. Why am I blitzing for PIM? Like, are we in 2020, 2019 or something like that? All right. Well, now I understand what you're saying.
The Wasp event is live, so we might be actually. Yeah, the quick rumble. I couldn't think of quick rumble, but yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I thought this kind of struck me as the limit thing being, try to minimize how much people are hoarding, but I don't know. I kind of welcome the limit thing. It's nice to know that there's a stop sign and like I can be like, all right, Sticky, you've done a good job. You can rest now. I hate blitzing. I don't want to do more blitzing than I have to. So they're giving me an excuse to stop blitzing, and I will accept that.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess I like it too. I guess the only downside is some players want to continue to blitz. Like me, I'm like, oh, I only got 2,000 more points in this limit. I'm not going to make the next milestone. I'm done. I'm good. Yep. But some players were like, oh, I want these Nemesis shards, or oh, I want these Black Panther 1mm shards. I want to keep blitzing. And that's kind of the downside for this. I wish they would not limit the blitzing, but they limit the amount of raids that you could do, limit the amount of war attacks that you could do, limit the amount of crucible attacks that you could do. But let us blitz, because blitz is not a fun game mode. So if somebody wants to grind out and blitz, let them blitz and do all this stuff. But I think there should be limits on, the credits to eliminate the hoarding, limits on the raid attacks, the war attacks, even the crucible attacks. But blitzing is a little different. So I hope they don't continue to limit the blitzing. And I hope they make the monthly item meta item easy to get. And then if you want to continue to do that, then if you want to continue for some of these more challenging rewards, some of these more sweaty rewards, then you're able to do that. So I hope they look at this feedback, and I hope that's what they take. All right, the Kang event. Now, as of us recording it, it is not live in the game, but this is the big event right now. This is the hard event for the month. This is the grindy, sweaty event. You're gonna have to blitz a lot. I think it's gonna be worth it, though. I think Kang is that valuable. What is your opinion on Kang? Is it worth the grinding and the sweatiness of all this blitz?
Yeah, Kang is an incredible meta character, plug and play character. He's amazing on his team. He's amazing off his team. He's fantastic. So yeah, if you're going to go sweaty and blitz your mind out for any character, Kang's about as good as you could hope for. So I'm going hard for him. I'm getting as far as I can in this event.
Now, the big one here is these killer leather jackets as far as the reward. After that, I think you could stop. But the thing about this is a blitz event where you could earn the Conqueror Orb fragments, which, as of us recording, is not in the game yet. So it's hard to say how valuable these are. We also don't know how many points per blitz that we're getting, or how many Conqueror Orb fragments per blitz win we're getting. So it's hard to say how grindy this is going to be, but I like that the blitzing is unlimited. The power cores are also unlimited, but the crucible attacks and the points you get in crucible is limited. So I do like that for this event. Let's go take a look at the event details here. Now, this is a 7-day event, and you could earn progress through that for these Conqueror Orb fragments from the Multiverse of Madness phone from Multiverse Master Web Milestone and Blitz battle wins. Now, you're also going to get these points that we talked about with the Crucible battles with the Masters of Evil characters in Cosmic Crucible. And the more gear they have, starting at 14, the more points you have and spending power cores. Now, we do know that each of these orbs has Kang shards and some other good stuff here. Is that killer leather jacket where you're pushing for milestone 25? Or are you going to keep pushing for more of these rewards? Or are you just going to do it for these orb fragments from blitzing?
I'm personally, like I said, I'm a sweaty player. So I'm going to go as hard as I can and get as many rewards as I can. The second that I get to a tier and I'm looking at the next milestone and I'm thinking to myself, the amount of effort that it takes to hit this next milestone and whatever the rewards are for that isn't worth it. That's when I'll dial it back. But I'm going to keep going because those orb fragments are giving me Kang, and Kang's great, and I want that monthly event item, and so I'm going to go as hard as I can.
As much as I hate blitzing, I like what Kang is going to bring to the game. So I'm going to be setting timers on my phone. I'm going to be setting those 2-hour timers, which I don't like because I think he's just that valuable. Now, the other thing that we have with this event is the web milestones, where you could spend energy. Now, for this, if you're spending all the way here, milestone 15 on these web milestones here will get you 1 full Conqueror Orb per day. But for that, you would need to spend 1,180 energy per day. Is this a realistic amount for most players?
So I tend to do, obviously I do every claim. I get the natural free energy that we get through the day, the free claim energy and all that. And I tend to always do the 50 core refreshes. Okay. So I don't know.
This 50 core refreshes per day, when you take into account the amount of energy that you're getting on refresh, the free energy you get at the 3 refreshes, the free resets, the refreshes that you do, the 50 cores, that'll give you 480s, and in the web store. So total of that will be 1,108. So a little bit short, but I'm also thinking that we're getting some of this free energy from the web as well during this event. So with that said, 50 core refreshes to get you pretty close to this. Are you thinking of going even more doing the 100 core refreshes, or are you going to stop at the 50? Is that even worth it?
I might coordinate a push on a specific day, because I do have, like I said, I hoard everything. I have energy in the mail. I might do systematic days where I'm like, all right, today is the day that I'm going to push for this amount of energy. Albeit 2,700 energy to get a full orb is a lot, and that is not.
I don't think that's a daily thing, but like you said, you may strategically push certain days to get that a little more.
Yeah, it's interesting that the value is there. You're spending about 1,200 energy. Well, it's 1,180 energy to get half an orb, and then well over double that to get a full orb. So their math is a little bit weird.
That's whale stuff. That's not for most players.
Yeah, you're right. So I might strategically choose a day, maybe spend the energy I have hoarded to try to hit that final milestone for like maybe one day. Realistically, though, I'm doing 50 core refreshes every day anyway. Like, that's a great value. That's a great way to use your cores as far as farming everything. We need the experience now. We need the gold. Everything you get from farming, character shards, everything. So being able to use that, as far as I'm concerned, and then getting half of a Conqueror orb or a full Conqueror orb, considering everything else you get leading up to that milestone. That's a great value, because that's things that I'm doing anyway. So I'll do my normal refreshes in conjunction with the free energy that we get every day, and I'll probably just call it a day there and accept what I get.
Nice. So I'm actually looking at the timer reset. As of us recording this, we'll actually pass reset. We might be able to see what is in the Conqueror orbs. Will that make a difference though in your core spending? Is it just about these milestones, or Kang shards are possible in that Conqueror orb, so you're going to do it anyway?
Kang's enough. All I need to know is the Kang's in there. Kang's enough.
Does it make a difference if it's guaranteed shards or if it's a chance for like 2 shards for Kang?
Knowing me, because I'm as sweaty as I am, it literally doesn't matter. I'm going to do it for the chance. I would love for it to be guaranteed. As long as there's a chance, though. I'm not holding my breath, though. I do not expect this to be guaranteed.
Okay, well, throughout this event, let me ask you your expectations for this. Where do you hope to end up? Right now, you have a 3-star Kang because he's unlocked, right? Or is it 4? How good did you do on those orb pulls, my friend?
Okay, all right. So the day Kang released, I cored 10 of his orbs. And immediately, I only got an 84 out of 10 orbs. All right. So it was pretty average drops. And then immediately someone in Twitch chat was like, dude, there's a core spending event tomorrow. And I was like, oh, you got to be. Of course there is. There's so much going on. I didn't remember that. And I'm kicking myself, right?
So many milestones in hoarding that we got to keep track of. It's easy to forget. And I think that's why
so
they do that
hard.
stuff.
Yeah. So immediately I'm like, man, I'm really disappointed in myself that I did that. The next day, I opened 2 more orbs for Kang. Now so the event, total. The power spending event, 12 total. One of those was an 80 drop, and I was like, excellent. I'm really excited. The day after that, so a total of 13 orbs, and that's as far as I've gone with them, 13 orbs. I opened 1 orb for him, and I got a 180 drop.
Oh
so I have
goodness,
an 80 and a 180 back to back. I know. I was like, I can't believe, I was so stoked. So like, I'm like halfway through 5 with them right now. I might get a 6-star Kang after this event. We'll see.
Wow, I wish I was lucky as you. Now, did you use seed theory or did you just open an orb and let's go?
Dude, I just wing it.
Oh my goodness. All right. So as far as free to play players, as of us not knowing all the information right now, what do you think is a realistic expectation at the end of this event? Obviously the grind that you're willing to put into Blitz is going to make a difference, but is a 3-star realistic? Is it 4 stars? How big can players expect to get their Kang by the end of this event?
Yeah, without knowing the exact math on everything or how sweaty people are trying to get, I would say that probably your average player with a reasonable amount of blitzing throughout the day, reasonable amount of teams available in their Blitz rotation for them, I would think that you could get the unlock, right? The 3-star. I would expect you to be able to do that if you put a little bit of effort into this. That's the expectation I have for your average Joe. And then I think if you're willing to go the extra mile, 4-star.
Do you think a 5-star is possible with some extra sweat? Because I remember back when we had Blitz releases, if I pushed really, really hard, I could get that 5-star unlock for these characters. Do you think that's still possible with this event?
Times are changing. I don't know. They don't like that so much anymore. The 5-star it's inflation. They don't like that so much.
Inflated so much now.
Yeah. Right. Is it possible? Yeah, sure, it's possible. I think you're gonna have to be pretty lucky on we'll see what these Conqueror Orbs look like, but I think you'll have to have a little bit of luck there as well.
All right, next question for you. As one of the things that we could get points for this event is this Masters of Evil, using them in Cosmic Crucible. You're getting 200 points for each Masters of Evil using Cosmic Crucible, and then as you start to gear them up, you get more and more points. Gear 17 has some crazy amount of points for this event. The big thing is Kang is a Masters of Evil event, is a Master of Evil character, and he's unlocked during this event. Cosmic Crucible doesn't start till Monday or midday Monday, which is 5 days from when this event goes live. Do you think players will be able to use Kang for the Cosmic Crucible in this next event?
It's possible. I mean, again, it's how if you're interested in doing the best you can as free to play on this event, you need to come hard out of the gate with the blitzing and the rotations. Have that down packed. That's going to give you the best possible chance to have Kang available to you come the start of the next tournament. That's your best chance. So I think you do have a chance. Again, you'll see how lucky you get on the orb pools and Kang out of the orbs and all that. I would say if he's still, I think he's still available to be cored right now in the store, if I'm not mistaken.
He is, but we still have a few more minutes till this event goes live. Yeah, so we'll see what happens when that happens.
If you're worried about it and you have the cores available and you don't already have them unlocked, I will tell you he's an excellent plug and play character. He's very good. If you have the cores available, if you want to give yourself a little edge and hedge your bets, probably not a bad idea if you have the cores to open up an orb or two, just to make sure you have them available.
How much should players factor Quicksilver into the equation of how hard they go for this Kang? Or do you think Kang's enough? Does the reworks that he had last week make a big enough difference that Kang as a standalone character is great enough just to core this for or grind this for, and then when you get all that, then Quicksilver's a bonus? Or is Quicksilver the grand prize?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I would say I can't imagine how good Quicksilver would have to be, because Kang is amazing, man. I mean, he's an incredible character.
He's a legendary that Kang unlocks, so he has to be pretty good. They've been teasing him every single blog post every time they talk about characters in Crucible.
Let me ask you, did they actually confirm that he's the legendary? Because I know they said Masters of Evil unlocks the legendary, but I don't think
you're right. They didn't say Kang. They said that he's unlocked through Cosmic Crucible. Masters of Evil is a great Cosmic Crucible team. Every time they mention
therefore
Kang,
it's going to make it easier.
Yeah, they didn't say that's the specific unlock. You're right on that one. But
I had to check. I was like, oh, did I miss something?
No, you're right. But sort of, because it's a Cosmic Crucible release. We don't know how, because they haven't released any characters through Cosmic Crucible. But yeah, this is a Cosmic Crucible team. So is Quicksilver factored into the equation or at all at this point? Because he may not even be the unlock, or just being good in Cosmic Crucible is enough for you really to push for Kang.
Yeah, I think I would say just Kang. Kang is an amazing plug and play character in Crucible. He's fantastic. You drop him in a team, he's going to make the team better. If you have the rest of MOE, you can use them in certain counters. You can use them against Unlimited X-Men and Wakanda teams. And then that frees up other counters that we've been using previously. And it really adjusts the whole kind of chemistry. So if you are interested in doing well in Cosmic Crucible, then Kang and his team should be a focus for you. And then as an added benefit of that, you're going to get Quicksilver. So if you care about Cosmic Crucible, it's kind of a win-win. I think you definitely need to pay attention to this team if you're looking to do well in Cosmic Crucible. They've already shaken up the meta, and he's been out for a couple days.
My team's not being built, and they're getting some huge punch-ups. Imagine when they're fully built, and we get Moonstone and everyone in the team.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift from Cosmic Crucible because it's a very important game mode. Let's shift from Cosmic Crucible to the raids. And we have an alpha raid that just started. Look at our lines, just started one as we were recording this. Where the heck are the new difficulties? Difficulty 4 and 5 for these alpha raids. We got new difficulties for the gamma raids. Why don't we have anything for the alpha raids yet?
I don't think we were supposed to get the gamma things. I think that's just a classic Scopely mess up. Somebody accidentally flipped a switch ahead of time, and then coming into alpha off of gamma, we were like, where's the new difficulty? I don't think they meant to release the first gamma one. I don't.
Oh, here's my suspicion. They didn't mean to release it initially, but with this Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania, like, all right, they're in the gamma raids. Let's give them more stuff and make them build up these characters. That'll be the celebration in the movie. And then when we originally intended to announce all these raids and stuff, that's when we'll push off the alpha and beta because we don't want them to get more teal gear. That's what I'm thinking in my head. When are we gonna get these? Are we gonna get these in this patch? Next patch? Next time we get beta, is that going to be the new difficulty for that, or are we going to get another nothing?
It's hard to say. I don't know. It's honestly hard to say. I would probably guess next patch at the earliest. I don't know. It's hard to say what they're thinking. You know what I mean? I have no idea. Money.
Follow the money, and you know what they're thinking.
Yeah. I welcome new content. I welcome a higher difficulty level. That being said, the rewards, if it's anything like Gamma, the rewards are not good enough to justify me investing in bad characters just for the small reward boost from these things. I'm not going to do it. So while I welcome the new content, you better make the rewards a heck of a lot better than they are currently if you want me to take bad characters to G16. Luckily, like Alpha, you actually get to use good characters in it, so that's not the biggest deal in the world.
Alpha, Beta, I have no problem building up those characters.
But like
we got
Gamma,
all good options.
No.
Gamma has specific teams.
I'm not bringing Pimtech to teal.
Gamma doesn't have traits. Gamma has teams. And outdated teams. The thing about the Alpha and the Beta rays, we have traits. The other one has teams, and it's I mean... And
no one's bringing Brotherhood characters to teal to do.
Well, yeah. Magneto got a reason.
If they let you go with just Magneto, but I think they require you to have all of them, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Unfortunately, they bring up Magneto,
it's terrible,
and that's it.
Yeah, I mean it's terrible.
All right, guys, let me know your predictions. When do you think we're gonna get these Alpha and the Beta raids? Is the next round of Alpha? Is it the next Beta that we're getting these, or is this months and months away? We do have something coming up, though, that looks kind of exciting. It's called the Memory Lane, and for better or worse, this looks to be associated with next month-long milestone event. And this is going to start March 1st. And what they have is sweepstakes that they have. You could submit one entry per day in March for Strike Assemble sweepstakes at MarvelStrikeForce.com for a chance to win prizes. 25 grand prize winners will win the Art of Marvel Strike Force book, which they sent to the envoys for Christmas a few years ago. So this is what the book looks like. One thing in here, we had a lot of that old art. I was showing you this beforehand. When this was released, Black Order was not in the game. But the only character that's still not in the game is this one right here, Super Skrull there. So that's the art book there. The other thing, 475 second place winners will win the Spiffy Special Edition pin. Now I do have a pin here. It's a Gambit pin. It's not the Special Edition pin. How are you going to be logging in every day for these? Because the book is nice. Those pins are pretty nice. And it's not like you got to do a blitz rotation for these. It's just clicking a entry on this, which I'm assuming you're going to the website anyway to do all your free claims. So yeah, how much are you going to be looking at this? How much are you wanting these rewards?
I mean, it's a cool little thing that they're doing. Am I like super stoked for this? No. I mean, it's fine and it's cool and I think this is interesting. I like that they're doing stuff like this. This is cool. I like it. It's cool. That being said, if I remember to hit the button to enter the sweepstakes daily, I will do it. Hopefully they put it on like the Milestone page or the store page where I already am.
Hope it's the same exact page, right? You don't have to do two separate pages. That would be bad.
Yeah. If I have to look, I'll put it this way. If I have to actively search for it and look around for it, I probably will just give up. So hopefully it's somewhere easy that we're already visiting and I can just click a button. But jokes aside, though, it's a cool thing that they're doing. The book is neat. You know, it's fun, right? It's a little something extra. They didn't really have to do this. It's a cool thing, and maybe you'll win a cool art book or a pin or whatever. It's cool.
Yeah, I like these. And it's really cool stuff, but it's not like if I miss out, I'm like, oh, I'm so sad. It's like,
right.
Yeah, if I get it, I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. All right, the other thing, everybody who enters will receive a Shield Medic's new Team Up Tales costume a couple weeks after Sweepstakes ends. So I'm pretty sure that in the Team Up Tales, Shield Medic was a male, and in the game, Shield Medic is a female. Is that how you remember it?
Yes, absolutely.
So you got a gender switching costume that's coming to Marvel Strike Force. First one and that I can remember.
Yeah.
All right, maybe we'll get one for Electro because Electro is a female in the game. I'm more thinking of Electro as a male, so maybe we'll get one for Electro as well. All right.
Yeah.
Next thing coming up, the Death Scourge event. It is in a game right now to get your charge on Death. So how many stars do you have on Death right now on Archangel?
I got him 7 stars on the first run, so I'm in the champions bracket for this.
So this is just a 1.5 and done for you.
Absolutely. The way it should be. I could just mindlessly do it and call it a day. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to grind that hard in the first one. So I have a 6 star and I'll need a full 300 charge. So I need to get at least the 200 from the rank rewards to get the big star. The full max start for Archangel, which is just top 5,000. It should be good there. How difficult do you remember this being, and what, if anything, has changed for players with the new characters that were introduced, this level cap, everything else?
Yeah, I mean, it's so I remember this one being, I mean, they're all the difficulty, right? It's hard to really gauge that and kind of define that because it's so individual.
In relation to other Scourges, I remember Rogue being very easy initially. Go like difficulty 9 or 10. Morgan Le Fay was pretty hard. Difficulty 7 was where you would be at. Right? What do you remember about this one? Because
I compare this. I think they've gotten progressively better as we've gone on. I kind of compare all of them to MLF, and it just seems so much better than MLF, like in comparison, right? So this one I actually didn't mind. I think it's pretty reasonable. Non-legendary mutant, if you're pushing really hard, can be quite difficult. Depending on the Scourges that you're bringing. I would advise people, unless you're like an absolute Kraken psychopath, to probably avoid anything that gives bonus health, because that tends to make things exponentially more difficult. But yeah, it's not the worst one in the world. The RNG, is kind of at a minimum as far as comparatively to the others, some other Scourges, especially the MLF one. So I think this is a fun Scourge, and I enjoy it. And like with all these Scourges, it only gets easier with time. So as we're, hitting the level cap increase, you're able to build some of these teams up a little bit stronger as far as levels go. So, and, new characters unlock, we fill out teams, things like that. You naturally grow your roster. So this should be at least a little bit easier than the last time you did it. But it is all relative. So you've gotten stronger and everyone else you're competing against has gotten a little bit stronger as well. So it is relative. You need to keep that in mind.
Yeah, this is sort of PvE, but the rewards are tied to PvP type systems. So do you remember which minions you brought up in the first one and how effective? I guess they were effective. You got a 7-star Archangel. Yeah. So which minions do you remember bringing?
So I actually brought up Merc Lieutenant, Merc Riot Guard, Ravager, Boomer, Bruiser, and Stitcher.
Oh, the best 5.
Yeah. I brought them to level 75 G14. Nice. So I waited until other people, I didn't guess on this. And that's what I would recommend most players do. Just wait for other people to prove it first.
I guessed on aim and I guessed wrong. Just because of all those red stars I had on aim. And I was thinking maybe something with MODOK was happening. It was like, all right, let's build up aim. And it was not the right choice.
So let me put it into perspective. I took the Ravagers and the Mercs there. I did a top run, top 500 run to get the 7-star Archangel. I brought them to level 75, gear tier 14. Whatever my top 500 run was, difficulty 8 with almost every Scourge on, and I autoed the minion section. So
yeah, I think the minion section is just long. You got to auto it.
Yeah.
For your going.
Yeah.
All right.
But minimal investment got it done. So.
All right. Final question about this Death Scourge. Now we know this Death Scourge is live right now. We go into this epic campaigns. We don't have a date yet for Apocalypse here. Do you think that Apocalypse is coming right after this Death Scourge ends, and we're going to get more information about that in tomorrow's blog post, or do you think it's something towards the end of the patch, because we still don't have Moonstone in the game yet?
Yeah, it's hard to say. So we need the saga for Death to run too, right? Isn't the saga?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it goes. Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So the Death Scourge ends, then we get the Death Saga. In 4 days. Do you think that the Death Saga and the Apocalypse Saga are going live at the same time, or afterwards?
Yeah, maybe they give us a couple day buffer or so. It's hard to say. Either Moonstone's coming first or Apocalypse is coming first. I don't know. They seem to kind of like doing these things back to back. So yeah, maybe this Scourge runs, we get the Death Saga, and then within a day or two of that, it opens up Apocalypse. I mean, that would be pretty exciting, right?
All right, so start getting all your Ice 4 blues ions there, because if you don't have your Horseman ready and your Weaver, Kestrel, and Deathpool, then it could be coming very, very soon. All right, other thing that we have in the game right now is the return of Pocket Dimension. I think this is a game mode that everybody enjoys in terms of rewards. The actual gameplay is, if you've been playing for a while, it's pretty easy, pretty auto-ish. The thing about this is, for longer time players, that quantum trait, not that bad. There's a lot of great characters there's a limited amount of characters that have that quantum trait in the game, but for newer players, that quantum trait is pretty limiting. What did you think about that trait for newer players?
So yeah, I mean, I could never recommend anyone bringing up the Pimtech team. They're just bad. I mean, Noir's at least better than the entire Pimtech team. Even Ghost, the best character on the Pimtech team, is Ghost
with a nice new costume. Is that worth bringing up just so we can see the costume and use her in the gamma raids?
Maybe. I mean, here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say is it a little bit restrictive of a tag? Yes, but let's like, I don't know, like, even the only character that's really been like just released there is Kang. Yeah. We've had some, they're not extremely farmable, but we've had some access, even newer players over time, to BP 1 million, Dark Beast, even Noir. He's not amazing. Agatha, Spider-Woman. Those are all pretty good characters that are miles better than anyone on Pimtech team. So
Ultimus, what about Ultimus?
Ultimus is terrible. He's a terrible character. So is it as accommodating to newer players as it could be? No, but I feel like over time, if you have, you've had time to get some of these characters, probably, unless you're hyper new, and at least unlock them. And I would take any day of the week, I would take a 3-star, whatever her unlock is, 3-star Agatha, 3-star Dark Beast over a 7 red star Wasp. Any day of the week, no questions asked.
The stats are probably better on that 3-star Agatha.
100%. So even if they are low star level, you're going to need those characters anywhere, specifically Dark Beast and Agatha. Dump whatever resources you can in them. They're great characters. You need them anyway at the end of the day for the Horseman teams, and let them carry you through. If you can, if anything in your power to avoid falling into the trap of like, I guess I'll invest in Pimtech. Dude, unless we get a confirmed Pimtech rework and they're going to be used for something important,
there's no
I could
money
never
in that.
recommend.
We're not getting a Pimtech rework.
You're probably right. You're probably right. It's a little restrictive. Just put resources into the newer characters as much as you can. And let me ask, if you're a hyper new character, or a new player, the rewards for Pocket Dimension are like G15 and G16 gear anyway. And I'm not saying that's not nice, but like, if you don't have any of these characters unlocked, Are you really worried about G16 gear? I don't know.
Well, it's like me getting on with these rewards for this ISO 8 Ion Blue level 5s. I'm like, I need a lot of level 4s. I don't want this 5 stuff. I want the 4 stuff. So yeah. I feel if you're a newer player, you don't need all that orange gear and all that stuff. I feel you, because I don't need any of the ISO 8 5s. So yeah. What do you think of 2099 as the character for this pocket dimension?
He's cool. I mean, there's a lot of other characters that I would have rather seen there.
There's a lot of worse characters too, though. So.
Yeah, 100%. No, yeah, I'm not going to complain about it. He's good. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you don't really need 2099 to be that big. He's there to enable Weaver, and now everyone has these absolute behemoth Weavers after their screw up. So it's cool, but we've had some decent access to 2099 so far. It's fine. I could, to your point, I can think of way worse characters that it could be than 2099. So
agreed. All right, are you ready for the data mines, Purple Sticky?
Let's do it.
All right. So coming soon, Memory Lane. This is 5 years in the making. Transform your roster with upcoming Memory Lane, and these are some of the rewards you can get for this Memory Lane. Fully crafted teal gear. Armory 15, 16, 17 orb fragments, gold orb fragments, elite orb, T3. This looks to be the month-long milestone event. No character shards in there. What do you think about that? No character shards for the next month-long milestone if this data mines are correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting choice. Nice, I guess, suppose a nice change of pace.
Are you happy that it's not a character release, that it's some of these rewards here?
Yeah, I mean,
let me play devil's advocate real quick. If you don't make all this stuff, if you miss some of these stuff, these aren't that important, you know, to miss out on a team or something like that. You could get these in other places. So the good thing is, if you don't do all this stuff, you're not missing out on too much. The bad thing is, if you're grinding the whole month, this is what you get. So with that said, you like these rewards?
Selfishly for me, I'm going to do whatever the monthly stuff is anyway. So if I'm going to do it anyway, I guess I would rather have some character shards as part of that. We'll see what how they release characters outside of that to see if it was actually any better. It could be way worse whenever they do end up releasing characters, not within the monthly thing. So I could be, eating my words after saying this, but like if I'm doing it anyway, I'd like to get some character shards for it if you're going to do a monthly thing anyway, but it's fine. I don't know. Yeah,
well, there's going to be 5 separate month-long milestone events. The points you're going to need are these eagle emblems, and that's kind of like the smartphones that you have for the Titania event going on right now. And the meta items are going to be a milestone the milestone PDA, challenge X-ray, war helicopter, alliance donation box, and an ISO 8 metric. So all this stuff related to Marvel Strike Force, because it's going down memory lane. It took 5 years for them to make this, Purple Sticky. All right, are you ready for the next one? One of either the first or second event, one of the early events that we're seeing in this. It is the Return to the Shadows event. And what this is you're gonna need to open gold orbs for this. So this is what you have to save your gold orbs for. We don't have a date for this. And of course, these are data mines, so everything in data mines are subject to change. But it makes sense just to hoard your stuff anyway. You also have to spend campaign energy. And for that, you'll get some Eagle emblems, the Milestone PDA, Gear Tier 16, 17 mini pieces, roll credits. I'm not sure what this T2 roll credits are. I guess it's for the different blaster controller, things like that. Purple, orange, teal stat catalyst parts, and more. And there's a leaderboard. How exciting does this seem to you with no character tied to it?
There is, I mean, this just probably is not an event for me, right? Like, this is going to be a leaderboard to get red stars for Dormammu. Like, the people that are going to be competing at that level are so far beyond anything that I'm doing in this game. Like, we're not playing the same game.
You're not going to go for the top. I didn't even mention it because only 75 people are going to get it. But yeah, top 75 are going to get red stars for Dormammu. You're not going to go for that. Dormammu's pretty important. You do like to get sweaty sometimes.
Yeah, no, I'm not competing with these guys. And here's what, as I'm looking at this, right, and it's a Psylocke event campaign that we also get credit for.
So the Move Into the Shadows energy is for Psylocke's event. It's an old character. The good thing about her is she did recently get reworked, part of that Death Seed team and part of that Horseman. So if you're an older player, this is great. If you're a newer player, this is great. As an older player, though, someone that's already probably has Psylocke at 7 stars. How does this feel that you have to spend energy and potentially core energy to get these milestones?
There is a 0% chance that I use cores to core energy for a Psylocke event campaign. There is a 0% chance I do that.
What if this and more is really, really special, Purplestiky?
If it's really, I can only imagine what it must be.
Super special.
So special. If I get in there and like I run the numbers, I'm like, all right, if I do my normal stuff every day, this is where I'm gonna get. But if I dropped an extra 50 cores on the Psylocke campaign energy, then it gets me to the next tier, and it's like it just blows my mind. Like the thing that I'm gonna get in the next milestone, if only I put a little bit of energy into a Psylocke campaign, we might have a conversation. My guess is that's not the case, and that you're probably better served just if you actually want to go hard, just spending your, if you already have Psylocke, spending extra cores on just the regular campaign. I mean, as opposed to this old Psylocke campaign that I'm sure is going to have purple orbs.
100 on normal campaign energy than 50. I would as well, because that's something I can actually use. I'm not using it as Psylocke stuff.
I'm gonna get Ultimus shards. I'm gonna get Ultimus food and purple gear from a Psylocke campaign from like 4 years ago.
Hey, Purplestiky, how are you enjoying your purple gear from the Ant-Man and Wasp events? How useful is all that stuff?
You know the worst part of the Wasp event, the Ant-Man event, is opening those character orbs and realizing how generous the orbs used to be compared to what we have now. I opened the first one up and it was like, here's 35 Wasp shards. I was like, oh man, we have really slipped, haven't we?
Wait, were they like that in the beginning, or did they change these orbs just to help new players get these useless characters?
Wasn't it always like that? Did it used to have guaranteed shards?
No, that was so long ago. I don't remember when Wasp was released.
Maybe I'm living with rose. Maybe I got my rose tinted glasses on, and I'm just total revisionist history here.
Oh my
but
goodness.
It seems so much better.
Well, yeah, for getting 35 per orb, that's awesome. All right, quick rumble blitzes. Oh my goodness, the tears are getting in my eyes. My eyes are all watering right now. We got some quick rumble blitzes, and one of them I really like. So the first one is, man, my eyes are really burning right now. A-Force is one of the traits. Hero Asgardians is one of the traits. The next, I know you love this one, BKT. So for newer players that don't know what the heck BKT was, do you want to go ahead and explain what this BKT means?
Yeah, so BKT is best Kree team, because the best Kree character in the game for a long time, probably still, was Minerva. Yeah. So it was just a team built around Minerva, consisting of, if memory serves, Rocket, Star-Lord, Groot, and Thanos, and Minerva. And it was all about feeding energy to Minerva and Raccoon.
Rocket. Star-Lord feeds to Rocket, and then when you kill people, Thanos gives all that energy too. So Rocket's just doing his ult over and over and over. It was awesome back in the day when Rocket's ult was awesome.
Yeah, you had Rocket between Star-Lord and Thanos, and then Minerva on probably the other side of Thanos to get some energy, because you wanted her ultimate too to pop off for the raid, for the lifesteal and everything.
Yeah. Because she would be getting energy as well.
That back in the day, like that was the jam. Like before there was like, Scopely loves to tell you what the raid team is now, and before that, this was the team you use when you wanted to do well in the Ultimus raids, right?
So this was an awesome team, but the name of the team was very meme-ish. And one thing, I don't know if you guys remember this, but we went to the Scopely headquarters, Foxnet headquarters back in the day, 2019. In their dev build, in their test build, they actually had a bunch of teams, the AIM, SHIELD. BKT was one of them. And that wasn't an official term, but I guess it is official now that we're getting this for Quick Rumble. And last but not least is SHIELD. It's a lot of characters that you could use for SHIELD. All right, so those should be fun. I gotta go make a BKT save squad for this Quick Rumble or something. I don't even have it saved anymore. That's
Flash from the past.
Yes. We're going back 5 years in the making for this event. All right. Last but not least is this charging station event. For this one, you're going to need to earn power cores. So for this one, hoard your arena payouts, because every time you open that in-game meal, you get power cores, so that counts towards this. Limited time milestone. Eagle emblems for the memory lane event. T2 level 4 ions. I love that. T2 level 1 ions and ions. So this doesn't seem like a big event. They don't seem to be rewarding a meta item here. But these T4 ions, and if are great. And if you're gonna be saving power cores, might as well. Or it's fine to save them. It's about spending them that makes it worth it, right?
I will say that I hate any. I mean, this is cool, and I need T2 level 4 ions. That's cool. I hate anything. Yeah, that part's cool. I hate anything that encourages me to hoard. Like, I need power cores right now. Like, I need power cores, and the thought that I'm messing myself up on this future milestone by claiming a resource that I have earned and need currently. I hate it. So I don't know what they're doing over there with this stuff. They say on one hand, they're like, we don't want to encourage hoarding. It feels bad. We don't want players to feel like they need to do that to get ahead. And then in the other hand, everything they do encourages hoarding.
Well, that was a statement they made in year 3. That was a statement they made in year 3, prplestiky. Year 4, things changed significantly in year 4. So.
I hate it. I don't think it's fun. I don't enjoy the hoarding meta of stuff. So that portion I actively hate, and I think their live ops team needs to do a better job. That being said, I need some T2 level 4 ions so I can get a baby apocalypse when he releases. So bring it on in that regard.
I'm hoarding as well. All right. Yeah. So as we're recording this, the time is shifted over. We have the event in the game right now, and we actually have the Conqueror Orb. I have not seen this. I've not opened this. Are you ready to see what these Conqueror Orb and get the reaction live? What is in these
excited.
orbs?
I'm excited. It better be good or they're going to hear about it.
I'm scared. I don't know if it's going to be good. Let's see. All right. Okay, all right, center pillars 2 to 25, so you're guaranteed some shards there. The 2 is a 76% chance. All right, so, and I hope you could get one of these shards or one of these orbs per blitz rotation, which means every blitz rotation, in my mind, 2 Kang shards. But you can get a maximum of 25, which is very, very low, tiny chance there. Other rewards here, we have some, this stuff, the training mats, some gold, and then the right pillar we have some catalysts. All right, I guess not that bad. If we do the calculations, we could get 1 blitz orb per blitz, or one of these Conqueror orbs per blitz rotation. Is this a good orb in your opinion now that you've seen it?
Yeah, I mean, you're guaranteed Kang. Maybe you'll get lucky and get a big drop for him. It's got gold. It's got training.
The big is 25. The big is only 25 though. So.
I mean, still, no one's gonna argue with 25 Kang shard.
I would be happy
when
with
he's
100
shard. I would be super happy with that.
That's more than that's more than every single orb that I've opened for Kang that I've spent 675 cores on, and the first 10 that you've opened. So I would be happy with 25.
Yeah, so I'm sure people much smarter than I am at math are going to crunch the expected value of these orbs, and we'll be able to compare that to similar events that have occurred in the past to see if whether or not the drop rate is better or worse, if it's trending in a good direction or a bad direction. So, you know, other people will get those numbers. I'm gonna blitz my face off for Kang. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This could be anything in that orb. As long as there's Kang shards, I'm going for it. So, you know, I think it's all right.
The Kang orb is still live in the game. Are you gonna get another one?
I don't know if I have the course for this, and I can't claim my arena payout because then I'm met.
The decisions they're forced you to make. This is not as much strategy. It's about resource management and what resources are you gonna sacrifice to get some other things.
Listen, there's no way I do better than a 180 drop and an 80 drop on Kang. I've already dropped like 8,000 cores on his orbs. I'm just like blitzing. I'm good.
That's like
I'm just
4
blitzing.
years worth of orb openings I've gotten one of those. So you've already surpassed that in just a couple days. So nice.
I'd never gotten any of them, and then the last month and a half, I got a 180 on Agent Venom, and then a 180 and an 80 on Kang. So I'm like cloud 9. So very happy.
All right. You should go buy some lottery tickets or something, because the luck is in your favor, my friend. But that is it. That is it that we have going on with Marvel Strike Force this week. Any other final thoughts, prplestiky?
No, man. Thank you so much for having me on. It was a pleasure as always. Hope to come back one day. I always have a blast with you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I wanted to discuss Quantumania with you, but I didn't see it. You didn't see it, so we can't discuss it yet. But I look forward to seeing it. Hopefully, we can discuss it on news the next time, and yeah, hopefully it's good. And if you guys saw it, let me know if you enjoyed it. On no spoilers in comments though, because I don't know if everybody's seen it. Do you have anything else coming up on your channel, on your stream that you want to promote, my friend?
No, just normal stuff. So we're on Twitch most days, twitch.tv/prplestiky, hanging out doing Cosmic Crucible, just hanging out with the chat and having a good time. And then over on YouTube, prplestiky as well, post a lot of Cosmic Crucible recap videos and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to come join us and have a good time, we'd love to have you.
Cool. Well, I am gonna go Blitz, so make sure you guys go check out prplestiky, give him a subscribe, give him a follow, all that stuff. And if you guys haven't already subscribed, follow to this channel, make sure you do that. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, give it a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening to. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for making it to the end. I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. Good luck with your blitzing, and I'll see you guys at the top. Are you ready for the fist bump?
I'm so ready.
All right, here we go. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin, prplestiky, out. Thank you guys. Have a great week.